Hi there. I don't know any quick way to explain what I'm doing. As you can see around me, there is a lot going on, so bear with me. I've been doing take after take. I just don't know how to explain this quickly. There's a lot to go through. Keep in mind, all of this started in this notebook. It was longhand written, all the rules, how to roll the dice. I've got a physical bag of dice right here. Let me show you that. Boof! See, I can roll it up and like that, and now I have a bag of dice. Take that with you. That's how I do it, actually. I don't do it on my computer. I do it traditionally in my notebook. It's my baby. Feels more personal that way. And I will show you a quick example after the video. So, let's jump into it. First thing we want to do is roll a die 20. We add +8 to that. That tells us how long our album is going to be. And the reason for that is so I don't burn through all my song ideas too fast, and it keeps me releasing music regularly. So, here's my lists: gastrointestinal problems, old school medical practices, morbid crime, plagues, torture devices, weapons. When do you stop writing, and when do you put the music out already? The die 20 decides that. That's the point of what I'm saying here. Current album's theme is gastrointestinal problems. Woo! There's a lot of songs coming out on it, so it'll be out in November, I think, is the idea. We'll see if I can follow through with that. Life changes, so we'll see. Next up, after we roll that die 20, we are going to roll the die 20 again. Oh my gosh. Why? Because we need to pick a song off of our song table over here, which I have highlighted. And in our song sheet, for example, we can see the die 20 reads 10. That means on that I rolled a 10, and I got this song progression right here, which I then went and wrote in this area right here. Then I number each unique part so I know how many unique parts I have, and put them in the total parts column. I label them with the intro, verse, pre-chorus, bridge, outro, whatnot, so I know what I'm dealing with. The reason for this comes later after I roll the tempo, because I need to know what the verse and chorus are doing to interact with each other and keep the song sounding normal and natural. Next part is rolling how many bars each part gets. We're still in the red dice. I think of it as red, blue, green, okay? The red is like the earth, water is blue, fills the earth up, and then green is like the vegetation and life that grows from it. You can't have one without the other first. So that's how I think of things. So let's pluck this out here. That die 4 can tell you how many bars you have in each section right here. It'll be between 1 and 4 bars every time you roll that guy. But sometimes you get wonky results that are undesirable when doing that. So I default to my intros, my pre's, and my outros all getting 2 bars. And the rest of the parts I give 4 bars. It's a lot quicker. It's a safe default to go to every time. You may not having something very unique happening as far as structure goes, but so far, nothing's broken, and why fix what isn't broken? So that's cool. Next up, the tempo. Like I was saying, one way to do this is to take 120 beats per minute, and you roll these 2 dice right here. That's a percentile dice. One takes the 100 spot, or the 10 spot, and the other takes the 1's spot. So that would be 21. So 120 plus 21 is 141 BPM. So because my song style is more of a punk and thrash metal type of thing, like grindcore, pretty much. That's how I think of it, is punk and thrash metal beats. You know, I came up with a different rule for rolling tempo. Instead, I put a limit, 160 BPM. I roll a die 6 to the left. So the attack and damage at the top, look at that, it reads 10. So I roll a die 10 off in the damage direction, 17. So the die 6 is for 60, or 10 to 60, right? And then the die 10 is your ones. So I go 160 plus 17 is 177 BPM. You can get anywhere between 171 to 230 BPM with that. In the song sheet, as you can see, it rolled to 219. This is where the energy comes in, like I was saying when I needed to know what the verse and chorus parts are doing. You roll a die 6 for that. And that takes us down in the rules section to this table right here. You can see it's labeled 1 through 6. Let me try to get this stupid dice. 2! Pa-da-da-da! So what that would have done is given us a mid-time beat for our verse and our chorus. And what that means is the verse would have to make a sacrifice in the vocals or the guitars in order to sound smaller than the chorus. However, if we rolled a 1, 3, or a 5, the drums take the sacrifice because they're playing slower within the tempo. It's still the same tempo, but they're playing at a slower timing within it, right? On rolls 2, 4, and 6, the drums are remaining at the same energy, whether they're playing straight blast beats or skank beats to the verse and chorus, and the guitars and vocals take the sacrifice. So I noted the timing here. I rolled a 5 on this sheet. So the verse is a skank beat and the chorus is a blast beat, so it goes super crazy fast. And then I take a blue die 4 because that's energy and timing, so it's blue. We're in blue now. And that's what I roll up for all the other sections. So we've got a blast beat for the intro. For the pre, it's 0.5, so that's a halftime beat. The bridge is a mid-time beat, and the outro is a skank beat. You just roll up that die 4 until all the other parts are filled in. As long as you've got the verse and chorus in check, the song will sound natural. The other parts can be kind of wild with the drums and do all sorts of different speeds of beats, and you're generally okay. Now, the drums I've explained better in another video where I'm doing this physically on a notebook. So I will just make this quick. You roll these two for your left number and your right number. The left number is blue, the right number is green. Except for the intro folder, because I only have 3 intro folders. So I just roll this guy, what you can see my mouse waving over, or I can just roll it on my phone. That's a die 3. It picks between 1 and 3. It's a 6-sided dice with only 1, 2, and 3 on it. And then after I've got all of those filled up, now I don't roll and go on my computer. I roll them all out first, and then I decide whether I'm going to start from the bottom and count up or stop from the top and count down. The left side is for your folders, the right side is for the drum beats. So down here in the rules, we're going to see this big long awkward table with up carets and V's for up and down arrows is how I'm trying to portray things here. You roll a die 20, that tells you whether you're counting up or down. So 4 is this one. So the pattern is up, down, down, down. So I would start from the top, go up, down, 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 up. Roll that again. And then I would go to the next column after picking out 12. That is up, down, right there. So I would go to the right column, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now what I was doing before is I would roll a die 20 and then I would flip a coin. And the coin would tell me whether I would count up or down through the folders or through the beats. And that got irritating because you're just flipping and flipping and flipping, and I was like, I can't do this, man. So I made that table, so all I have to do is roll a dice and then stick to a pattern, and it fills them all out. Because when you get going fast with it, you just don't want to sit there flipping a coin. You'll be flipping coins more than rolling dice. It's ridiculous. Now, also for physical drummers, you could roll a die 8. Tell them what to do that way. Like if they have different kinds of rhythms or beats they can play. I'm on a computer and I don't have a real drummer, nor do I plan on having a real drummer, so I don't worry about it. But you could do that if you're ever in that situation. For the guitars, I roll a die 12. So here's the die 8 roll table for the drummer I was explaining over here to the right. The die 12 on the guitars, okay, you've got open chords, pedal on the chord, tremolo picking, melodic riffing, sliding chords, strumming chords, palm mute, play a riff at the nut, staccato chords, pinch harmonics, or guitar licks. What this does, when you're rolling that out and filling it up in your song sheet here, is if you're in a rut and you don't know what to play through the part, you can glance at that and it suggests, hey, try this technique, and it will smack your writer's block like a hammer. It's really cool. Things just start coming out, and it's incredible how a little dice suggesting something to you can go so far with that. This whole plan sheet up here gives you a pretty good idea of what your song is going to sound like before you jump in and start writing and recording it and making lyrics and whatnot. You've got the song topic, you've got the title, and over here you put in the minimum amount of lyrics that you need, because you can count up how many verses you have in a chorus. So now you know you at least need 12 lines of lyrics. If you feel like saying more about it, you can use the pre-section, the bridge, or the intro, or whatever, even the outro maybe, to scream or say more about whatever you're writing about. But I found that generally just using the verse and chorus and letting the instruments shine in the other parts fits best for me. And that pretty much sums it all up. Right there. That is as fast as I can describe everything. Let me show you some other cool stuff. This is my notebook app. I look up articles on the things that I'm writing about from my song themes that I showed you. And I will drop an article about it in here, and then on my phone, I'm opening my notebook app, I can go in and write the lyrics. Bam. So if you're looking at both sides of the screen right now, you're going to see words that I've pulled out of the article, and I've put them in poetry. So it made lyrics out of those. This is how you write death metal lyrics if you're doing gore grind or whatever form of metal you're doing. You can do this with all sorts of things. You could do it with stories, if you're like wanting to write a song about Sleepless in Seattle. I don't know. What other genres? I feel like other genres are always writing about relationships and breakups or war or politics, and I'm just sick of it. So I like to be different. I write about medical stuff. I love medical stuff. Or, serial killers and that sort of thing. I liked gore grind because I saw it described as having a refreshing sense of humor. They don't take themselves too seriously, and I'm like, dude, that's me. That's me, man. This is my genre right here. Just do cartoony bloods and guts, and yeah, then cool. And it is kind of funny. So I find it silly. I like being silly. That's just what I am. So this is where I belong. You can write about whatever you want, but you know, I found that trying to make medical terminologies rhyme is kind of a fun challenge. I really enjoy it. It gives my poetry skills a curveball. So I'll stick with that. Let's dive in to the physical way I'm doing this in my notebook that I'll show you real quick here. All right, let's get physical. This is where it all started, right there. This is a quick glance at like the rules, like to roll things quickly. And this is an example of what my physical song sheets look like there. Ooh, shadow. All right. So I would look at my table, roll a die 20, pick out my little progression there. Whoa, fuzz. And then I would roll the bars for each part, or like that one over there, or do the default, the 2 and the 4s for intro and all that. Then I would reach in for, this actually comes after the tempo, so for the traditional 120 plus a percentile roll, that would be 89, so that would be 209 BPM. That's a high roll. Or do the other way, 160 plus the die 60 plus a die 10. So that would be 200 BPM because I rolled a 40. Write the tempo up here. Oh my giddy aunt. I didn't write a tempo for that song. I'm going to have to roll that up. All right. And then I roll, oh, I forgot what that. All right. Energy. So I look at my energy table. That would be a really slow roll because you're doing like your verse is a halftime beat and then your chorus is a mid-time beat. Like for example here, our verse and chorus are both blast beats on this song. Over here on this song, our verse and chorus are mid-time beats. So you could roll all sorts of different speeds right there. And then for the rest of the parts, you roll that. That would be a halftime beat, 1, 2, mid-time beat, 3 would be a double time beat, and then 4 would be a skank beat. You just roll up your other parts, drop, ride that in. God, my nose is having problems. It's allergy season, guys. Oh, so bad. And then drums. That's actually where I would take this guy and boop. Yeah, so that would go into folder 3, just an intro folder. If you look right here, you'll see my intro and outro folder. I only have 3 folders, so I don't roll a die 20 on that one. Now for my half, mid, double, and blast beats, however, that's where things get interesting because I'm rolling these 2 fellas. I use this blue one for the left, and I don't have green dice yet, so I use this gray charcoaly one for the right number. Fill them in just like that. They keep rolling till they're all filled in, like so. And then I'll take that, pick an up and down pattern on my sheet. Right in the pattern, starting from the top, working my way to the bottom. So I roll that twice, follow the pattern, It's a lot faster than taking one of these guys and flipping a coin over and over and over. That's irritating. So for example, just to show you, like that's a skank beat. So in my computer, I go to my skank beats, and then it tells me to count down 18. So I'm at 17. Minus 18 minus 17 is 1, and then yeah, so it does land on folder 17. Whoa! And that was loud. It made me jump. My butt cheeks are tight. Then 19, count down 19. So I was at 23. I count down 19. I landed on beat 3. And then that's the beat I would use for that part. And I just keep drilling through my folders like so. So I have them all rolled up first, so I'm not rolling and then drilling. I just glance and drop it in really quick because that's faster. And then, like I said, for a physical drummer, you can always use a die 8, and that'll tell him what to do. Die 12, roll in all your guitar parts, figure out how you're playing those. Open chords, pedal on chords, tremolo pick, sliding chords, strum the chord, licks, pinch harmonic, all those. That gives you an idea of what it all sounds like. Count out how many verses and choruses there are. This would be having at least 16 lines of lyrics. Same with this one, at least 16 lines. And then there you go. You have a song sheet filled out. You have a plan. This is all plans. It's subject to change later. If inside of here something sounds weird or it's not quite right, I feel free to change it. You know, things don't go according to plan sometimes. So I change it up, maybe adjust the tempo. Oh, I use 16/8 timing, by the way. That's kind of important to make the bars make sense. I totally use 16/8 timing. I almost forgot to mention. So, yes, 16/8. All right, we get it? Cool. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, of course. Subscribe and tell your friends. Hit the bell icon to wear the bell around your neck like a goat. And be one of my goats, and I'll use your cheese to make milk, or I'll use your milk to make cheese. Yeah, like that. Like my songs, you know, that's cheese. You give me your milk, I'll make you the cheese. Okay, that's how it works. And yeah, you know, comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna be using this video a lot in all my Friday videos. So if you want to know how I'm rolling this up, this is where I'm explaining it. So, whew, makes things pretty quick, huh? Yeah, feeling good about it.